Listen, yeah.
Get that bag, get through.
Love.
Hey, 40, what
Yeah.
you cooking, G?
Yeah, she wanna roll with the realest. To me, she just said you ain't real enough. Real enough. Beamers and Rangers, the city on notice. They know when we pulling up. Pulling up. On my jury on, I ain't never ever got to worry about no fuck niggas. Fuck niggas. Ring around, no hold it ain't your bitch. Ain't your bitch. Ain't no ring around that hoe, that ain't your bitch. That ain't your bitch. Ain't no ring around that hoe, that ain't your bitch. Nigga. Shit. One. G's. Shit. One. G's. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the sit down. This is your guy Emez. We back at it again. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Across from me, I gotta get used to saying that because you know. Beside me this afternoon, it's Louie J from Irvington, New Jersey.
Yeah.
What brings you to the sit down this afternoon?
2 new projects, divorce, it's the season, both crazy.
Who are you divorcing? Why divorce?
It's divorce in the street. It's like moving on from where I once was, moving forward to things that was different, you know? Trying to develop, trying to grow.
Got you. Now, why would you, not why would you divorce the street, but what brought on the divorce? What did the streets do to you?
You know
to
what
make
it
you
is?
so mad?
It wasn't just one different thing. It wasn't just one thing. It was a multitude of things. You figure we out here every day. We see different people. It breeds something different. So at a certain age, at a certain point, you got to move on and do something different. You know what I mean? You got to develop. It wasn't just me going to jail. It wasn't just me having shootouts. It wasn't just the friends betrayal. You know, the regular everyday street story was more so everything, all that, a multitude of things, everything together that make you say, yo, you know what? It's time to do something different.
Okay, so you divorced the streets,
Right.
And where are you now? In what kind of mind state are you now that you're a divorced man from the streets?
I'm trying not to go back.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The thoughts behind divorce was more so, it was like patternized thinking. Try to switch up the things that I once was doing and try to either do them better or do them smarter. So, being a career criminal all your life.
A career criminal. Don't put yourself down like that.
No, I'm fucking around. So, but being in the light of a career criminal, you would so to speak, if you would check my record, so on and so forth, you would say, wow, this guy only able to do one thing, and you develop from that into you growing taste and palates from other things as far as traveling, family, friends, kids, so on and so forth.
You experience different things.
Yeah, just the experience is just doing something totally different for me.
How do you believe the gang life, the gang culture is big in Jersey? How do you think it affects music?
You know, it's so prevalent. Everything we talk about as far as how we live is about the gang culture. Think about Essex County, for instance. That's where we from. I'm from Irvington, like you just said. You figure in the early 90s, like 95, 96, the gang started getting more heavier than it ever was. And then early 2000s, that's the era that I'm from. Without you being in the gang, a lot of people wouldn't have identity. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of young people be having an identity crisis without the gang. But that being said, on your everyday walk to school, you start seeing things that got to do with the opposite gang and your gang. And you from a certain block. So you only going to develop and grow into that. And then from that, when you start to grow different things, it's a different sound, it's a different tune, it's a different way of life, it's a different beat you going to walk. So the music just generally is going to take a toll on you. And then a lot of people, I'm different than a lot of people. There's a lot of people that's gang members. I grew up in gang banging. I had my first experience with women through gang banging. I had my first experience with the streets through gang banging, caught my first charges, graduated high school, so on and so forth. I did the things the regular kids did, but it's how I did it. And it's where I came from when I was doing it, so on and so forth. And a lot of people don't know the difference. A lot of people who start gangbanging 18, 19 years old, I was already the big homie or a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
By the time you was 18, you was
18, 19, I'm already acclimated and valid in the streets and so on and so forth. And a lot of people don't play that same role or don't have that experience with the streets. So when you come to do music and you trying to do this and do that, it's going to be different. I've seen an interview you had Surf up here. That's one of my little brothers. You feel me?
I fuck with Surf. He's the homie.
Right. So he had a conversation with you.
Days.
Right. That nigga great. He had a conversation with you and y'all was talking about, how he got shot, so on and so forth. We look at that as a regular day, just as he did. You feel what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It's sad, but he looked at it just like a regular day. I'm not saying that, we wouldn't have been heartbroken if it would have been the opposite way. But you know, be looked at as a regular day, and then from there, how we gonna catch the hop? That did it, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. That's how we pushing.
Listen, it's a dirty game out there, bro.
Yeah.
Now, you said you dropped The Divorce and It's the Season.
It's the Season was more so like a holiday album, but nothing to do with a holiday. Divorce was like a milder tone. It's the Season was back to the streets grimy.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to set a pace for next year. It's not even for now, it's for next year. So when I drop It's the Season 2, it's going to be a certain sound, a consistent sound from that.
But that's a lot of music to drop in a short span of time. You said that was 2 months apart?
2 months apart.
Why not wait and make it a full project in the year 2020?
Because I would have missed the gap, the Christmas gap. It's the Season.
Gotcha.
Right, so I drop a 6-song EP, give them a teaser, let the streams go up, let it go crazy, because it's only 6 songs. So now if you like every song on here, you'll keep replaying. The replay value is there.
Yeah.
So the stream's going to go up.
Makes sense.
Let's get some money.
Gotcha. So sit down with your guy, Emez, Louie J's in the building. As I've got into radio, as a kid, you had to be it to be on radio. Like if you were a radio personality, a DJ, you was pretty much famous and you was lit. That was I wanted to be on radio. I see podcasting coming like anybody that's got 100,000 followers is a podcaster and their numbers do amazing. And for me as a person, it feels like it devalues what I do on the radio with the interview thing. I say that to say I've watched Instagram comedians, I guess you could say, to regular people go from 100,000 followers to now, he's a rapper. As a true rapper, how does that make you feel that anybody could do your profession as you said?
Right. I guess if we talking about individuals, I feel like that's what all really stems from. As a whole, it's a distraction for us. Like you got now, not only you competing in pay for promotion, pay for studio time, but now you got to compete with an Instagram comic. Now, to some extent, it helps the culture where we at. You know why? Because the numbers grow, and then you get to do skits with them, and they help grow your promotion. Yeah. And you might got a relationship with them, so on that hand, it'll work. But now when people come checking for the music, and they from your city, if it don't sound the same as a artist that's probably on the lower end, but you at a couple million followers, obviously they're gonna listen to you first. It might damage some of us, but I got relationships with some of them guys that do that.
Oh no, I'm not I'm not downgrading any rapper or podcaster. They're doing what they need to do. I just feel like as someone that does radio, I see certain podcasters. I'm like, fam, you not really that. Like you just got that because of your celebrity or your following, and it's like. If I take away the following, could you really do this for real? Are you doing homework? Are you researching? Are you doing the things that need to be done to be?
That's a difference. See, now you talking how you supposed to be talking, and it's the same thing. We like, damn, we see a dude. I ain't gonna say nigga, but we see a dude blow right away 2 or 3 weeks from here, from the city. You know what I mean? No disrespect. We see, I don't know Fabio, whatever his name is. It's not in person. I don't know, bro. So you see him blow in the song within the course of 3 or 4 months. And then you go back to his track history before that, you don't really see much. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, he ain't even do no real street grind work.
Louie, when
it's a street code.
I'll never forget the day I interviewed, it was Lil TJ, right?
Yeah.
Lil TJ, he had, I got nephews and kids and all that. Oh, Lil TJ. I'm like, all right, so let's get Lil TJ the fuck up and listen.
Right.
The nigga was rapping for 3 months. 3 months, it got millions of views. I'm like, how?
It's impossible.
Where does this go? What does... But the kids love this.
Right. Whoever promoting them is amazing. We need the guy that's promoting, whoever promoting Lil TJ and all the other guys, we need to shake their hands, find out who they is.
Whatever promotion machine they got behind them is absolutely working. Louie J's in the building. This is Sit Down. It's your guy, Emez. We got what's on deck for 2020, correct?
Right.
We talked about the state of hip hop in Jersey. Did we get a chance to talk about that?
Somewhat, not really.
Hey, you want to expand on it at all?
I mean, listen to me. The state of hip hop, I feel like we growing. I mean, conversations from months ago, you supposed to have been leading the charge on that. You know what I mean? You said you was going to get people in the office and, do this song. Now, listen to me. Now, hold on. Let me finish speaking.
It takes time, though.
Let me finish speaking. I want to congrats on you, right? Because I seen you did have Chad B up here. You did have, a 151 Fever Gang up here. Kurt. That's what I meant to say. I seen you had served soon. So I want to salute you on that. You know what I'm saying? But there's so much more other stuff that we could do that's outside of the office. You know what I mean? Think about this. If Serv haven't mentioned my name in an interview that he was up here, right? And if Diz didn't had a relationship with you, I probably wouldn't be here. So moving forward, it's like, how can we connect it to?
Yes, I believe that there's a disconnect between radio play and the actual street level artist that is trying to get their music played. But as I am concerned, I make sure, like you said, you can name a bunch of people that I've interviewed from Jersey that have never got played on the radio.
Salute you for that.
But I need to make sure people know about who these guys are that are making the little buzz in their little towns.
Right.
I believe that there's a way that we can make things happen, and that I'm working on.
Right.
That we will talk about away from here, because I tend to talk on this shit. And niggas take my idea. I'm not.
As you shouldn't.
I'm not beat for that in 2020.
Never do that.
There's something different that I got planned.
Right.
We're gonna talk about it. We'll switch contacts and we'll build. And it's not just Jersey. It's an underground level artist thing. I feel like unless you've got 1 million views or 1 million streams, they don't care about you, and it shouldn't be that, because before you get to 1 million, you were definitely putting in the work, and you've had bars that people should be paying attention to. And I think this is what I'm trying to do. How about birthday cake?
A birthday cake, man. That's my new video, just dropped Christmas Eve. It was crazy, bro. It was almost got in trouble over it, but it was dope, man.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite records.
You can't tell me you almost got in trouble and not tell me about how you got in trouble.
I need you to see it.
Okay.
See, it's like it's one of them BET Uncut Jones.
Oh yes, love them, love those. Some of y'all don't even know what BET Uncut is. The swiping of the credit card in the butt.
Yeah, it's that type of level.
I like that.
One of my favorite joints. It was one of the joints, right? When you listen to the project, it's the last record on the joint. So you listen, you're like, all right, this record is cool, right? But the visuals do something different for it. For this particular record, it's like really something
So
different.
give me the feel of birthday cake. Because when I hear birthday cake, I'm thinking of
it's that bottom.
2 Chainz. No, was it 2 Chainz?
Yeah.
It's your birthday. That's what I think of. Are you telling me that's
It's similar, but it's
Like
more of a singer type. It's singing with the shit clapping. Oh man, you gotta see it, bro.
Okay, I'm about to.
It's something totally different,
out,
bro.
man.
Go look at that birthday cake. It's so much. I was trying to do my thing with the YouTube ads. They denying me. I gotta get stuff blocked.
Why?
It's stuff on there that you can't.
Oh no, the YouTube.
You know, the kids now, they gotta get blurred. You know what I mean? This shit.
I want the uncut version. Send me the link from the original, please.
So some people like, you took it down. I'm like, nah, I ain't take it down, but it's like kind of blocked. I just had to fix a couple things on it. It's going back up this week.
Gotcha.
Everything about to run how it's supposed to be running.
Gotcha. So where did you get your start in rap?
So
you said you started the gang thing from early.
Right.
How would
that was mainly everything from, at one point in life. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Like, there's some real shit I'm about to say to you. Like, I didn't see myself doing nothing else but gang banging. You know what I mean? Something from early. This just, you know what I mean, coming from my background. I lived in a foster home. Then as a young adult, I stood in a shelter before, so on and so forth. Just you know what I mean, the regular hood nigga story. I don't really like try.
That's not a regular story. I hate when niggas tell me that it's a regular. No, I know niggas from the hood too. That's not a regular story.
I'm saying, probably not a regular story.
Okay, it's a story from the hood.
A regular struggling story. Let's say that, right? So
I still wouldn't even say that.
So I got emancipated young. I got emancipated when I was 16.
Explain to me what that means.
So emancipation is, my grandmother died when I was 12 years old. My mother's an addict, and she had AIDS at the time. So she was in prison. She was locked up in prison. I never met my father till I was an adult. So at the time I had to go to Bayonne. I stood in a foster home for like 2 months. Went with a cousin of mine, but he was living with like Caucasians, some white people. I stood with them for a couple of months, but for a couple of years, like 3 years. And then I was going back and forth to Irvington and Newark from Bayonne, back and forth. It's a different type of culture.
All the way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm out here in schools, it's really hard to handle me.
You don't feel accepted in either way, because
either way. Really, I felt accepted in the streets. But
that's not school.
But it's not school.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean, I'm getting locked up too. I'm doing shit like that. But at the same time, through all this madness going on, I always kept a job. Things was like, damn, you got a job? Yeah, I was hustling, selling drugs, right?
Okay.
As a young boy, 14, 15, worked at McDonald's, right?
Okay.
And then I also worked at Morallo Paints, a paint company. And so I got off school at 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning. Remember back in the day, used to let people off like that?
For the work program. I always wanted to be a part of that fucking shit.
My circumstances let me for the work program. So now I'm in the work program, getting off, I'm working.
Getting paid and being in school.
And so I got 2 jobs at the time. And then I'm hustling in school. Because over here, you buying the clips for $25 each. So those dimes over here, I'm selling them over here $50 a dime or a nickel inside school. You know what I'm saying? So it's different at the time. And this is not weed, this crack I'm talking about. Because the white kids were doing crack from Newark to Bayonne. it was a different type of, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And then you link with some thorough dudes from that city and other cities, Jersey City around it, you know what I mean? You for sure to prosper.
Absolutely.
And then so I was just too much, and then I was working, like I said, I always had a job, so the people that was minding me at the time, they said, yo, let's go to court, bro. We got to get you from up under me. And they got me emancipated. They gave me a $7,000 grant. I got my own apartment. The state gave me a $7,000 grant. I got my own apartment, and I've been living on my own since 2003 to now.
You got a story, fam.
I'm a real street nigga, man. Shit be different.
Louie J in the building. This is Sit Down. This your guy. Easy. All right. What about From the Dirt?
From the Dirt, I had made that joint 2015, right? I thought it was just a throwaway record. One of my mans, he was begging me like, push this record, bro. Push this record. I put the record out. I sent it out to the DJs. I'm not thinking that it was going to really start taking off. So in the city, it started taking off, like Elizabeth, Essex County, you know what I mean? Other DJs from other networks, I'm not going to mention on here, start taking it and start putting it in places, and then it did 10,000 views. Yeah, Walla, you know the boy. Did 10,000 views on YouTube right away, and then it started taking off different places here, and I started hearing it. People doing TikToks to it, whatever. I'm like, oh, all right. It's starting to move a little bit. It's nothing crazy, but it's starting to do more than what I expected it to do. It was just a regular throwaway record, so it was a surprising record. From the Dirt really starting to move for me right now. Yeah.
Thank you for coming, man.
I appreciate you for having me.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what to expect when you came, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Your story is dope. You should think about writing a book, man.
It's already in process. We doing an audio, John. I gotta get some money though. You feel me?
That's gonna bring the money.
This is the process.
I climb heights I never thought I would, and been a trendsetter way before the hood. I ain't never needed crutch.
Your guy Easy. We have to trap. You know how we do each and every Saturday. We do Sit Down right here, Power 105.1. My guy Louie J from Irvington, New Jersey. Jersey. You know what this is. You know what this is. He came and talked about a lot of things. The boy's got a story to tell. If you not follow him right now. What's his Instagram?
PBM_Louie.
I'm about to follow him. And I'm about to follow him right now.
Yeah.
Tune into the Sit Down. We out here. Jersey.
Had to reclaim my greatness, never knew I would. Yeah, never knew I would. Had to reclaim my greatness, never knew I would. Yeah, never knew I would.